Well, I did something a little different today. Just to the north of the Red Wing, it's what I think was the Drury Extension Mine, and it's on BLM land. I think I don't think there's any claim on it. 8 or 10 years ago, there was some guys had a placer claim, but I looked on the BLM map, and it's not showing any mining claims there now. So I took my quad and a bucket and a hammer and went up there. Figured I could get some samples from somewhere. And on the back side of that hill there was a whole bunch of cuts and pits where they exposed that vein going up to the top to the shaft. So I took samples from several of those, and I kind of had them layered in my bucket. Started at the bottom and worked my way up that hill. And then bringing the bucket back down the hill, I fell on my ass and spilt the whole bucket out. So that whole sample is all mixed up now. I have no idea what rocks came from where. I'd have to go back and take a couple of buckets and some bags and sample each one of those little pits separately. And here I made it up to the top of that dump. And that ridge there, that's the Red Wing. Right in there is where I've been digging. So that whole ridge is the Red Wing. And it's about 1,000 feet away probably. It's not very far. As far as I can remember reading about this mine, it was 400 or 600 feet deep, I believe. It seems like there was probably a 10 stamp mill. It's a pretty fair sized dump. I'm going to make my way over to the shaft here. So there's the shaft, and looking down in there, it looks like the neighbors have been using it as their own personal garbage dump. I don't know why people have to do that. It was a pretty big shaft. So I did get a little bit of gold out of that. I got it from somewhere, I don't know really where. I mean, I had rocks from 4 or 5 different pits. So it could have come from one of them or all of them. I don't really know that. Another thing that's really surprising is the amount of sulfides. It's just loaded with sulfides, and I don't know if the gold and the sulfides came from the same pit, the same rocks, or if they're separate. I just take a lot more sampling, or not a lot, another trip there and separate everything and sample it separately. Could figure that out. But that's just full of sulfides, and that's probably only half of it. I panned out a bunch of it. But it's really hard to separate that gold out of those sulfides. It's just all mixed up in there. And I don't really need the hassle of filing a mining claim and paying the taxes and doing the assessment work and paying the fees. I got plenty of places to dig without taking on something like that every year. But if you guys would like to see some more of this, let me know. I could go back and video those pits, the cuts going up that hill. And I wouldn't mind, figuring out whether the sulfides and the gold are running together or separate. or whether that gold is coming from one little spot or all of them. So let me know what you think. I can go back and test it one more time if you guys are interested. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.